And we are live! You did that so well. That was fantastic.
All you're going to see there is just that started off with me like this, but actually just before I did that, I went bang!
He was so excited. Thank you for joining us on this lovely Tuesday. It's horrendous weather outside, so
there was a little gap without rain.
Hopefully
Scott and I went for a run.
We did. We went for a run. Right. What do we need, Joe?
Right. Well, today we've got a special treat for you because you've got all your regulars, you've got your ball, you've got your racket, you've got your 3 items for the floor. But today, because we're going to be doing a challenge in here as advertised by the LTA, and I think it's just a London Marathon, to be honest.
Yeah.
We also need a sheet of paper. So we've just got an A4 sheet of paper. Our tab writing on. We're recycling, and we're going to use that later. So make sure you've got that too. Our 3 items that we're using today are
a lizard. We have
Nemo.
We have Nemo
from Finding Nemo.
The Finding Nemo. The Nemo.
And a bear.
There you go. Right. So we've used cuddly toys. Obviously, you can use anything. You know, we used candles yesterday. You could use anything you like. For the very first activity, you need 2 items. They could be 2 tennis balls, or they could be cuddly toys. We are going to use our cuddly toys.
See if you can guess which one's mine. See if you can guess which one's Scott. See if you can guess which one's our housemates.
Yes.
Yeah, needs to be over a little bit more, I think.
A little bit further over.
Indeed.
Hopefully we are not radiating light like yesterday. We decided to wear slightly darker things.
Colours.
People were saying we were literally, you know, shining like a light.
Indeed, indeed. So I'm going to let Scott go first. So Scott's going to start in the middle of the 2 items. In fact, Scott, if you start near one, not in the middle, if you stand near one of them, what Scott will do is a crossover step, so a big crossover step, and then he'll move down and touch before he comes back up, crossovers, and does the same. So if you look at Scott's feet, he's crossing over. If he's moving from right to left, his right leg goes in front of his left. If he's moving from left to right, his left leg goes in front of his right, as you can see here. And he's always just going to touch. Now you'll score every single time you touch one of the, whatever you're using, cuddly toys in our case.
Let us know your items. Are they as fun as these? I highly doubt it. No, they probably are. Okay, this is your first activity, just to get your heart pumping. Am I going to do it first?
No, I'll go first.
Woo!
Do it while I'm getting my watch ready. I'm going to move that a bit wider because I've got such an enormous steps.
Ready? Okay, so your first 30-second challenge starts now. So crossover and tap, and the teddy bear has already fallen. Dun dun dun. Uh-oh. There you go. Try and keep going as fast as you can. This is just to get you nice and warmed up. So crossover and then crouch down. That's it. You've got 10 seconds left. See how many you can get. Well, I want you to beat Joe. See if you can beat Joe at home. That's it. And stop there. Oh. Well done. Right. So let us know your scores. Let us know. Do you think I'm going to beat Joe? Come on. Which team are you on? Right.
I'm surprised there, to be honest. I managed to do more than 1 a second.
How many did you do?
32.
Whoa. 32. Okay. I'm a bit scared now. Right. Okay. Are you going to do the timer?
I'll do the timer, but you can just talk while I catch my breath, to be honest.
Okay, so just a reminder, what you're doing is you are crossing. I'll start here. You're crossing in front. Don't do any crossovers behind. Crossover in front. Try and go as big step as possible. And then as you're stepping to the side, you're touching the item. So big crossover and then coming down. Chest should be facing us.
For anybody that's using maybe playing cards, you've got to get down nice and low. That one?
Yeah, that's why we chose slightly bigger items.
Slightly higher items today.
Right, I'm ready.
Okay, is everyone home ready? You've got 30 seconds, your time starts now. So lunge and across, lunge. So crossover and then back again. Ooh, Scott's got a little slide going on here. It's getting used to the clay course. Scott's been watching the virtual Madrid Open. I'm not entirely sure he's going to do that at all, to be honest. So he's doing very, very well here. He's going very fast. He's got 5 seconds left. He's trying to speed up. Stop there.
Woo! 25. I did not beat you. I know. How am I sliding on this surface? I've never slid on anything in my life. Whew. Right. Okay. I'm warm. Right. On the next one, you need 3 items. So we're going to set that up.
So I'm simply going to take our third item, put it in the middle, and actually because this is a little bit close to the table, I'm going to move Nemo back away from it a little bit. You will also need racket and ball. You need almost all of your items today. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to start behind one of the items. Because I'm starting on the right-hand side here, I don't know if it looks to the right on the camera. We think it's gone a bit weird.
Oh yeah, it might be on the left.
And it doesn't look around probably, but
We
this
are
is
starting
our
on the right. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm starting here, and I'm going to move, right now I'm going to move clockwise around this first item, balancing the ball. I move across, and I'm going to go clockwise around all three of them. And now that I've completed that, I stop behind, and I'm going to change direction and go anti-clockwise around all three of them. Okay?
The reason we're doing it in those particular directions is it's the most efficient way of going round and then going on to the next item. Otherwise, you end up going back on yourself. So that's why you go clockwise when you're going to the left, and you go anti-clockwise as you're going to the right. So that's why we've done it in a particular reason.
How are we scoring? Whole set?
Yep, whole set, and then you got to come back. Okay.
Okay, so it doesn't matter which side you start on, it's absolutely fine, but make sure you're going around it in a way that will allow you to move and carry on going.
Okay, you ready, Joe? It doesn't matter if you drop the ball, you've got to obviously go back to the item you dropped the ball on and then continue. 30 seconds, starting now! So, Joe's starting going from left to right and he's going clockwise. That's it. Now he's going anti-clockwise. Now he's going the other way. You've got to try and face the same direction the whole way. So if you're going across your living room and looking at us, try and keep your chest pointing to us the whole time.
Oh no!
Really focus. Oh, I was just about to say, don't forget about that tennis board. You've got to keep it balanced. As Joe showed, if you go really, really fast and don't focus on the balance, your tennis ball will fall off. And stop there. Perfect timing. How many did you manage?
Just counting. 5.
Okay, right. So there you go. Did you beat Joe at home? You're going to, oh, do you think I can do it? Let us know your scores.
So excited to me.
Yep.
I'm going to get straight out of his way because I know he's going to be moving around a lot. So excuse me while I stand in the corner. So everybody at home, and Scott, your time starts now. So he's off, he's round, he's gone around his second one before he moves on to the third. Nice quick feet from Scott there. Very quick transition at the end there. He was able to stop and go back and change the direction very quickly. Always dropped the ball and he kicked Nemo. Again, let us know, who do you think Nemo belongs to? Myself, Scott, or our housemate? Okay, he's going round, he's back round again. And stop there.
Yeah, I got 5 as well.
Oh.
I got 5. Oh, I can feel it in my legs from our 4.5K run or whatever it was. I might be upping that.
Potentially. Well, we didn't. I don't think we ran that much, but we walked either side of it. So more than 5 in total.
Put our cuddly toys back over here.
Okay, so let us know some of your scores. We're going to go down and have a little look at how some people have been doing. Hey, Carl. Hey, Marina. Hi, Savannah. Marina 20, Savannah 10. Fantastic score. I think that was the first activity. Yeah. So that's the crossover touch. Very, very good. I hope you're changing the size a little bit for Marina and Savannah there. Slightly unfair if Savannah's trying to cross over the same distance as Marina. What else have we got here? We've got Nico with 37. My goodness.
37 what? What was that?
I think that's the first one.
Wow.
So that's 37 crossovers, is it? My goodness.
How many did we get, Joe? You got 32 or something, didn't you?
Yeah,
I got 25.
And then 5, 5, 3, 5. Hello, Emily. Hi, Justine.
So for the racket, oh yeah, hit and smash. Sorry, I'm going ahead of myself.
You also changed the name of it. Scott was very excited to be doing our rackets and hand skill there.
I know. Go on then. Sorry, you tell me. That's it.
Okay, so for this, you're going to need one of your floor items, something that's not going to break. Okay, so something that's not going to break. We're also going to use 2 cushions, but that isn't essential. Okay, I'm just going to move this forward a little bit. Now, what I'm going to be doing is start with our lizard on one of those cushions, and I'm going to hit the ball up in the air, and then move the cushion along. No,
move the cushion along?
Not move the cushion, move the lizard along. So the lizard's on one of the cushions, I'm going to hit the ball up in the air, move the lizard. Ball up in the air, move the lizard. Oops.
So this activity is called hit and switch, and that's exactly what you're doing. You're hitting the ball up and switching your item from one place to another. We're using cushions. You don't actually have to have items on the floor. You could just move it. Okay, that's
as long as it's not within the same area.
Absolutely.
So I pick it up and put it down in the same place. I'm not really doing much. Move it a little bit.
It is quite tricky. You do feel like you won't have a lot of time, so you have to try and hit it up as high that is safe to do so. If you feel you don't have enough time to do that, you could just catch the ball on the racket again.
So that looks a little bit like this. So hit,
That's
and then I let it bounce, and then I catch until I'm ready again. And I can throw the ball up in the air, move, and try and catch. Even if you don't catch particularly well, so even if it goes bounce, 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 that's okay, as long as you're not hitting the ball away. That will make it a little bit easier. It gives you a little bit more time to do the activity.
Cool. Oh, hello. Right, I'm going to do it. Am I?
Scott's going first.
If you joined us, I think we did a kind of a similar activity on week 1. If you cast your mind 4 weeks ago, we're on week 5 of this now. We did a similar activity, but we didn't use our rackets. So hopefully because we've been improving our coordination and everything, hopefully we can now do something a little bit more challenging as well. So, right.
Okay, everybody,
Ready?
Your timer
See
will
how I do.
start now.
So hit
Hit the
and
floor
switch.
there, so you have to hit and then switch it around.
Obviously, we're counting how many times you switch the item.
Absolutely. So Scott's going to be counting that one because he's the one doing that. I'm just going to be watching. So Scott's doing a very good job here. I'm very impressed, to be honest. Oh, we almost got a lampshade, to be honest. And he's going, so he keeps his racket nice and flat. That's a really key part here. If you don't keep your racket very flat, the ball's going to be going all over the place and you're not going to be able to move very often. And stop there. Get a cheeky extra second there.
As Joe Wicks likes to say, I've got a sweat on. I am absolutely boiling after doing that one. Oh my gosh. Right, I got, did I say 17?
I don't think you said a number.
17 is what I got.
17 is the number that he imagined saying.
Absolutely. Let us know your scores while Joe's having to go on.
I'm going to have a little practice.
And we're going to give it another go.
Oops.
It is a challenge. Let us know how you found that one. It is quite difficult being able to keep that ball really, because obviously it's going to stay really close to you while you're switching the items over. You don't want to be hitting it on the other side of your living room and then moving your item and then going, oh, where's the ball gone? Yeah, it's got to be predictable every time it's bouncing. Right, go on, Joe.
Okay.
30 seconds.
I had a really good practice there. A really good
Do
practice.
you think it's going to beat 17? On your marks, get set, go! Right, having a look at some scores. Well done. We had 7 from Carl. Well done. We had 5 from Annalise. 4.5 from Bruno. I love that. 2 from Savannah. Well done. It is a difficult challenge. Gosh, when I'm here, I look fluorescent. There we go. Right, I'm going to move back. Right, how long have you got left? You've got 10 seconds. Joe's doing this really, really well. If you can do it really quite low down like Joe's doing, that will give you a really high score. But obviously you have less time. Stop! In fact, I didn't want to speak over that and then give him more time. Because if you're doing it down here, it's very quick, isn't it? And you've got to be super, super fast.
I think if I'd have gone first, I wouldn't have done it very well, because when I was doing it in the demonstration for all of you, I could not keep that ball under control. And then I had a little practice go a minute ago. Racket control was beautiful. Super flat, I barely had to move. And because of that, I ended up with 22.
Oh, no! He got, I mean, what did you get to me?
5.
5. Can't do maths. There we go. We need I need weekly maths classes and all this. Right, okay, so we are moving.
Maths teacher.
We are moving on. Finally, I got a little bit ahead of myself to the racket and hand skills.
So this is where you are going to need your piece of paper. So here is the one we showed you earlier. It's a trick piece of paper. It's a normal piece of paper. It has some Spanish written on it.
Okay.
Yep. And all I want you to do with this piece of paper is scrunch it up into a ball. Okay, so that's our ball. That's what Scott and I are going to be using for this next activity. Now, there is a reason that we're doing this activity. I'm going to let Scott explain.
So, we are going to film this properly, but this is our 2.6 challenge. So I'm sure a lot of you have already heard about this. This is in replace of the London Marathon, which is on Sunday, and loads of people are doing lots of different challenges. So we're going to be doing it. This is the LTA's one, which they're challenging every tennis player to do.
There's some good, you can see some pros. There's a pro called Feliciano Lopez standing doing this exact challenge, but he's doing it on his own. His dog's trying to get involved. And he's doing what we're going to do here today.
So this one, we're going to be doing this for 26 seconds rather than 30. And it's how many hand rallies we can do with a piece of paper. We've never tried this before. Okay, so we're doing this.
But the ball's a bit easier.
Because we don't know, it's obviously not going to go very far, and it's going to be it's going to be like one of those reaction balls. It's going to go all over the place. So you have no idea where it's going to go. So we're going to see, I've got my timer on 26 seconds.
Let's have a practice first.
We're going to have a practice?
We're going to have a practice first.
Right, okay, fair enough.
Oh, let's see.
So that might happen. So hopefully you've got your paper ready. You can have another practice go with us. That's it. It's not as it's not as predictable as a tennis ball. So we're going to see everyone. We're going to all have a competition and see how many we can get.
If you're on your own, that's absolutely fine. That's almost preferable that way. Just try and use both hands to keep that ball paper up in the air.
And we will be doing a proper version of this as well as part of our charity donation thing. Whatever it's called, I can't think of the word.
If you do decide to do it, you're supposed to nominate 2 other people and donate money to charity. We haven't done that yet, but when we film it later on, we promise we will do.
Right, let's see how many we can do. So we've got 26 seconds on the clock. On your marks, get set, go. Go on, Joe, you can. Always surprisingly good at this now. Ah! Oh, I spoke too soon. Sorry. Oh, no. Sometimes it doesn't go anywhere. That's there. Oh, it's in a backhand. Did you see that? Oh, I'm better at that. How much time have we got? We've got 3 seconds left. And stop there.
Try to go a little bit fast at the end, I think.
How many did we do?
41.
Woo! Fantastic. Right, we managed 41 on the 2.6 challenge. Okay, do we get another go? Or is
of course we get another
We'll have another go. Right, okay. Let's see. Now you've had a go and see how the paper flies everywhere. Okay, let's see if we can beat it. So 41 to beat.
41 to beat. I reckon we can do it. We just have to pick one up off the floor. And... Okay.
So let us know your scores below. We'll have a check. But in the meantime,
I'll start.
Joe's going to start it. Ready? Second chance. Oh, hang on. I need to get it down to 26 seconds. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go! Ah! That's it. Oh no! Quick run. All right. If it falls on the floor, you've got to be as quick as you can. Have both hands at the ready. That's it. This probably looks hilarious. Oh no! So I hit it down. Stop there! How many did we do? We got 46. Boom! I did the two-hand approach like this. Okay, instead of doing backhands.
That was always my approach. Yeah, bam.
It's like we were playing tennis like this. It was hilarious. Okay, right. While you're letting us know your scores, you will need a tennis racket. So we're going to get our tennis racket.
And you'll need a ball.
And you'll need a ball for this one. Let's have a look at what people got.
Yeah, we're
29 from Bruno and Drac, 30 from Marina and Dad, well done, 35 from Annalise. Mia got 20, fantastic. Savannah and Dad got 10, 20 from the Brinkmans as well. Super. Well done, everybody. Fantastic. It's just a little bit of a different exercise.
Just out of curiosity, do you think you would do better with a ball, or do you think you do better with
a piece of paper?
Surprisingly, the ball is like sponge ball is quite fast.
Yeah,
so it goes really far.
I know. So anyway, we're moving on to our skill of the day. And yesterday we were looking at some smashes. This links in with that. The skill of the day is looking at our pronation, so looking at our chopper grip. So if you've got your racket, I want you to find your chopper grip like so. So you're going to pinch your racket and slide it down. You're going to have your frame pointing to the floor. So this is why it's called the chopper grip, because it's just like as if you're, what you would hold an axe, as if you're chopping some wood. And the challenge you're going to do is you're going to hit the ball down on the frame and then on the strings without changing how you hold the racket. So I've got to go like this, and then I've got to turn my wrist and hit it down. So it's frame, strings, and this is called pronation.
This replicates the kind of swing that your wrist has to do during a serve, where we start in a non-pronated area here in our trophy pose, but when we come to meet the ball, we have to pronate and turn our hand out. So this is a simple exercise to help practice that a little bit.
Oh, and you will feel it in your wrist. If you're not used to it, you will definitely feel it. So give your wrist a bit of a shake at the end. Okay, ready? Go on, Joe. You can have a little practice.
Okay, I'll have a little practice.
So watch
Joe.
Joe.
Down, edge, down.
That's it.
Down.
So it's really important you start off correctly. I want you all starting with your rackets like this. So the edge of the racket's pointing down. It's as if you're chopping that ball in half. And then on the next one, you're turning your wrist out. It might feel a little weird if you're not used to it. Okay. It's really good practice anyway, and also it's good warm-up exercise for your wrist before playing tennis. Right, go on, Joe. Seeing as you got the ball, you are going to do the first 30-second challenge of this.
Okay.
And on your marks, see how many. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Every time you hit it, you do have to alternate and go. That's it. You must alternate. My tip is on the first one is just start off nice and slow like that, so you're able to time getting the frame on that ball. Because if you're going really fast, you're going to miss it. So you've got to be very, very careful. It's a good coordination challenge as well as a pronation challenge. So Joe's got 10 seconds left. Actually, less than 10. That's it. He's going very, very speedy and precise. And stop there. Good.
And little speed up at the end. Let's try and get
I know, he was getting
in.
a few extra ones, wasn't he? Okay. How many did you get?
71.
Ooh, 71.
I like to go, more than 1 a second, and obviously that one was going to be easy to do more, so I was going 2 per second.
2 per second.
I to smash that as well.
That is a steep challenge, right? Okay, let us know what you got.
So I'm going to give Scott a moment to have a little practice go while you have a rest if you're resting. You could even do this with your other. It wouldn't necessarily practice your smash or your serve, but it would just be a really good coordination exercise. I'm not entirely sure we would do very well. I certainly wouldn't do very well.
Oh, that's worth a challenge. You never know. We might do that.
Yeah, or trying to do both. Maybe it'll be a lockdown challenge one day. Okay, so you've had enough time. Let's have a little rest. If you were having a rest, Scott, are you ready?
I am born ready.
Scott, what score are you trying to beat?
I'm going to get 75.
You get 75.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay, everybody. Your 30 seconds starts now. You know how I like to vary when I start it. Make sure people are really paying attention. Scott's going very fast, but he's not got the best control, but he's still able to do it for the time being. If you look at Scott's knees, he's got quite nice, low, wide knees there. They're even quite soft. You can actually see Scott doing a little bouncy bounce as he's doing this. That's helping him stay nice and low, helping him be able to move. That's really, really good in tennis. We always want to have that same kind of position. And stop there.
75! Way!
I did accidentally give you 3 more seconds.
Oh, forget about that. Right. Yeah, I'm going to need to shake my wrist off. It feels, I can feel the lactic acid build up in that. Okay.
Shake it out. Shake it out.
75.
He did
Super.
well. Well done,
Right.
Scott.
Boom.
Super.
I
I
got really, really low to try and do that one. Okay, next one. Okay, this is, yeah. Oh, this is the pronate pass.
So
yes.
we are going to do this in pairs, but again, we'll show you a way of changing this so that you can do it on your own. Again, it's practicing this similar kind of exercise. So I'm actually going to let Scott do this against the wall first in case you're doing this on your own, rather than show you in a pair. Well, then we'll show you up.
Oh, I'm going to try and demo this left-handed. This is going to be quite difficult. Okay, so this is called the pronate pass. Okay. Sorry about my northern accent. Pronate pass. So what you've got to do...
it offended me, but I was drinking, so I couldn't say anything.
Okay, it depends which way you're inclined. Right, okay, so what you're going to do is I'm facing away from the wall, okay, and you'll be facing away from your partner. I'm going to bounce the ball or drop the ball next to me, okay, and then I'm going to pronate my wrist and hit it against the wall. So notice I've got I'm in the same kind of position as I was when I was doing this challenge, okay, my frame is pointing down. I drop the ball and pass it against the wall, okay? Now, excuse me, I am doing this with my non-dominant hand, so it won't be as efficient. So it's there, pronate against the wall, yeah? And then it should come back into the same spot. Look at that. It's as if we practiced this before, Joe.
I know.
So pronate pass.
People at home probably think we don't just come up with it on the spot.
So that's the angle that you should be achieving. It's practicing that pronating motion. That's the word I'm trying to think of. Right, when we're doing it as a pair, Joe, look the other way. Oh no, he wants to look this way. Sorry, I'm going mad.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm looking away from Joe because I've got the ball.
I want to catch the ball that Scott sends me, so I need to look at him.
Okay.
Ignore him.
Ignore me. There you go. So I pass it to Joe. Now he turns away, and then he passes it to me. I turn away. I pass to him. Okay, so we're always essentially facing the same way. We're both facing this way. I pass it back. Now we're both facing that way. He passes it back. Okay, with the chopper grip. Let's see how many times you can pass that ball, do the pronate pass as a pair or against the wall. In, guess how many seconds? 30! Oh my gosh.
Not 26 then.
It's as if we've done it before. Ready? On your marks. Get set. Go!
Okay, I'll count.
There you go. So you've got to be really efficient. We've got lots of turning, twists and turns. I think we called this the twist and shout before. That's it. So let us know your scores at the end of this. Remember to start like this and then turn the wrist out. So it's frame pointing down, strings pointing back. Oops, didn't catch that one very well. And stop there. How many did we get?
14.
14, okay.
14.
Well, let's change places. You can start first on the next one.
Okay.
That's it. So again, just another quick demo of what you're doing on your own. I'll get Joe to do it. So if you're doing it on your own.
I'm now doing it left-handed as well.
That's it.
Okay, so arm up, ball underneath this shoulder, and I'm going to turn. That was terribly controlled by me there. And you know why? It's because I didn't pronate enough. I had my strings a little bit too sideways for the wall. So I'm going to try a little bit better this time. There we go. Came back closer to me.
Hopefully, when it will come back to the same spot. If you're doing it perfectly and hitting it nice and flat, there we go. It should come back to the same spot. Right. Okay. So hopefully that was giving you enough time to write your scores and get ready for the next try. On your marks, get set, go.
I'm going to keep doing this left-handed. I am.
Oh.
Right, Scott, you're the counter.
Okay.
Okay. So make sure our viewers at home can see what's going on with my racket. So, always doing that pronating. Racket starts up a little bit higher. You can see the edge of my racket is what's pointing up to the sky. The edge of the racket up first. And then when I come to hit the ball, I have turned my wrist or pronated my wrist so that the strings are pointing towards my partner instead of somewhere else. Okay, so I can't imagine we have very long left. There we go. We
10.
very long left.
So I don't think we did it slower. We were doing a bit more of an explanation on that one. Okay, so we unfortunately got a lower score. Let us know what you got. I'll have a little look. There we go. Oh wow, 68. Was that for a different one or the same one? That is a huge score. Well done. Okay. Oh, we've got hello Jake. Jake is watching us as well, Coach Jake. Right. Okay. Now we are
everybody in the house.
Now we are moving on to yes, we are going to do this on the floor. Oh no, you're going to.
I need to be on the floor. You're
yeah.
For the time being.
So we're going to be working in pairs again on this one. Again, we'll show you what to do if you're on your own. I'm throwing this to you.
You're throwing it to me.
That's it. So I don't need the racket. I'm a thrower. Joe is a smasher, and he's going to start in the trophy position, in the chopper grip. I'm throwing the ball above his head. He's going to pronate and tap the ball back to me, like so. There you go. So I throw it up, he catches it, and then he taps it back. So we're kind of bringing this into what we did yesterday, okay, which was our smashing exercise. Can't get words out. That's it. And we're going to just make sure that this time you're doing it in the correct grip. Yeah, so look, so I throw it to Joe, he catches, and then he pronates that wrist, and then hits it back to me. You see, I had Jedi-like reflexes there. Okay. If you are on your own, I'm going to get Joe. You might as well stay there, Joe.
I was getting all up and ready to move out of the way there. I've had to move this anyway. So, this is less a practice of the catching, but more a practice of the pronation. If you're on your own, you're going to try and set yourself up against a wall, ideally not using a yellow ball, especially a yellow ball, and hit it down against the wall. That's done by me. So the edge of my racket points up, but then when I hit the ball, rings.
There we go. Super.
Okay, so edge of the racket, I hit the ball with my. I don't just come straight forwards like this and try to chop the ball. Turn.
Right, our last skill challenge. Okay, obviously we'll do two goes of this. Are you ready at home? Thank you for that. I could hear it.
Yeah.
On your marks, get set, go. So remember, work as a team if you're in a pair. So I'm throwing it nicely to Joe. He catches it above his head, and then he pronates his wrists. Word of the day is, Joe,
Wrists.
pronate. Word of the day is wrist. Pronate.
Of course, I was just joking.
Joe did not know that answer. There we go, right. And stop there. How many did you get?
8.
8. Probably because he was too busy thinking of the word of the day.
Too busy getting chatted to by Scott.
Right, I'm going to do this in my left arm now. So I've got my racket ready. I'll do the timer. Let us know your scores, and do you want to do the timer?
I'll do the timer.
Cool.
Pretty sure I can control it this time.
Let us know your scores and change places if you're in your pair. Have another go if you're on your own.
Do a little practice, Scott.
Gone up, yes.
So the ball goes up over his head, and then we go from there.
Ooh, hello.
So not quite the pronation that Scott was after there.
That's better.
That was better.
A little bit better.
It catches over his head. Always notice, especially if you weren't with us yesterday, when Scott catches that ball over his head, his arm is very, very high. It's nice and straight.
Like that.
He's catching as high as he possibly can.
This is so weird.
Oh, sorry, Scott.
Tell you what, it's so weird hitting it with my left hand. But hopefully you can see that pronation there. Okay, right. 30 seconds on the clock. I'm in my trophy pose.
I want your hip back a little bit more. I mentioned this to you yesterday.
I know, I do have a habit of doing that.
Okay, everybody, right. Your 30 seconds starts now. Yeah, I did press it. Thought for a second I hadn't pressed it then. Okay, so as you can see, as I keep saying, Scott has got that arm up nice and high. He's also, if you're being really clever, trying to hit the ball up as high as you can as well. So he's at full extension when he's catching and full extension when he is hitting. And that's because obviously normally we aren't catching the ball when we play tennis. That's a little bit against the rules.
I've hit it in between his legs.
Okay.
How much?
Stop there.
I got. You sounded like a sheep there.
There.
Right, so I got 10 on that one. I think once I could count. Okay, so let us know your scores. We've been doing a lot of kind of serving activities and throwing activities on the smash, etc. Because obviously, you know, these with us being, you know, confined to our houses, this is a perfect opportunity to practice our serve because we've got loads of time and we can, you know, it's something that's quite easy to do when you're, you know, if you're on your own or in pairs, you know, practicing that pronation, practicing the throw on the serve as well.
Okay,
So when you get back to Wigmore, it's a perfect opportunity for you to show us off your skills.
Okay.
What's the scores, Joe? Have we got any
Just
scores?
having a look. We have got some scores. I'm not sure if they're for this. They might have been for the last activity, but we've got Caroline or Mia, Caroline, sorry, with 11 for the last activity, 7.5 for this one.
Very good.
It's a good score.
Fantastic.
And just through some more scores. We're at that part that you've all been waiting for. That part that you love to do every single day. I think, Annalise, did you call this impossible yesterday? No, you're going to have 4 more days to practice it. So
it's a tricky one. It is, of course, in-betweezies. This is the one where you have to start with your tennis ball on your racket, okay, on your right hand. If you're right-handed, you can start on your left hand if you're left-handed. You throw it up. You go in between your leg and swap the hand you're holding your racket with. So now we're holding it with our left. I throw it up, goes through the legs, catch it on the right. Up, catch it through, pass it through the legs, catch it on the left. That's it. It's quite tricky. Have you been practicing this one at home? If not, well, here you go. Here's your next chance to see if you can improve your score.
notice that both Scott and I have very wide legs right now. We're trying to give ourselves plenty of space to get the racket through our legs. That will make it harder for you if you're not an adult.
Yes.
Hopefully you've got a good racket for your size. If you're using a 27-inch racket, but you're a 10-year-old or younger, potentially that's not going to go through the legs that easily.
Ideally, because it's good practice for you, try not to do this exercise by lifting your leg up. If you can, try and get in an athletic stance. So you've actually got to bend down and pass that racket in between your legs, okay? Because then that's like you're getting into a nice low, ready position. Ready? Okay, are you ready, Joe?
I'm ready, Scott.
On your marks, get set, go. Every time you catch the ball is a point. Okay, so it's pass and catch, pass and catch. I've already lost track of the score.
I thought you might have done because you're talking about. My finger caught in it then. Woohoo!
Oh, sorry. That's whacked Joe's shin.
Stop trying to help my shin. That was my knee.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
You've made me lose track of my score as well.
We'll have to count this one back, I think.
Oh, we didn't count that yesterday, did we? We were both unsure yesterday.
And stop there. I think I got 19. But I did actually just properly clobber Joe's knee with my racket then.
You wouldn't have seen it though. It didn't faze me at all.
Okay, I think I got 19. We're going to have to rewatch this to actually have a look.
Yeah, I don't know what I got yesterday. I don't know what I got today.
So far, we're off to a very good start.
Indeed.
If you did count your score, let us know. And let us know if you give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you did improve or not from yesterday.
Still keen to hear. I haven't had a read. You might have sent some messages through, but I'm still keen to know whether you think Scott is the lizard, the bear, or Nemo. And
I am the lizard, or the bear, or the yeah.
These are our soul creatures.
Right, so
quick recap.
We'll do a quick recap. Let's do it in reverse order for a change.
Okie dokie. So
you can't remember. We just did the in-betweezy, so there you go.
I was going to try and say it backwards. That's what I was going to do. It wouldn't work though. And then we moved, and then we went back to our skill, which was our pronation. We ended with Scott throwing the ball to me, I catching him over my head before I smashed it back to him, or vice versa.
Before that, we did the pronating pass,
and
practicing that wrist action.
We did our edgy downies, where we were alternating between the edge and the string.
Our hand skill of the day was our 2.6 challenge, which was our hand rally with a piece of paper.
And then we did hit and switch. Do you remember that one? We hit the ball and then switch the lizard from one cushion to the other.
We did the 3-item balance, where we were going around the 3 items, making sure the ball wasn't coming off our racket.
Finally, we moved on to our crossover and touch. Crossover, touch.
There we go. Right, there you go. We managed to do it in reverse order for a change. Boom. Okay. Has anyone guessed? Whose they are? No one's guessed.
Well,
no one guessed.
It might have happened earlier.
I don't know. Okay, right. So we are wrapped up. So hopefully you have a fantastic rest of your day, and that we will see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. We will be recording a lockdown challenge straight after this, as well as our 2.6 challenge as well. We encourage you to get involved in that too. If you'd like to, you could donate us a coffee on the link below, and
donate us a coffee.
Buy us coffee. Thank you for joining, guys, and we will see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Adios, everybody.
Jazz hands.
Right, Scott, keep dancing.
Keep dancing.
Not ended yet.
Keep dancing.